Hello and welcome to Call of Discovery, the podcast where we celebrate the wonderful game of Keyforge, its community, and of course, we've got an exciting thing today. We are doing the real deep discovery, the real bit of Keyforge where we discover. I'm Ed, I'm joined by Zach.
Hello, Ed. Wonderful to be here again with you. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding something. Well, hold on. Now I'm holding it.
Yeah.
I'm holding something very special in my hand, Ed.
Could it be? No. It's another Keyforge Winds of Exchange deck from Keyforge Celebration 2022. And I don't have any of these in my hands at the moment, and I'm not going to get them anytime soon. So this is the closest that I'm going to come. This is a deck discovery episode where we discover a new set. Zach, from the position of knowing all of the cards and a lot about the set, and me from the position of being completely and utterly in the dark, with the exception of the 36 cards that I saw, plus a token creature that I saw in our 37 cards. Sorry. Oh, goodness. I can never do a Keyforge Mastermind now. That I saw in the last episode. So I'm excited to see another 37 plus a token creature today, and to get more of a view of Winds of Exchange. And yeah, I think it's going to be a windy one.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. This is my very last unopened deck from Celebration. And so we'll be opening them, looking at the token, of course, because we've got that art on the back, and then starting with a rare from each house, just flipping it over and going card by card as we go. And Ed will have the the thrill of absolute discovery, and I'll give any context or explanations as I read the cards out here.
Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping for some merchants.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, for the merchant compacts of Equidon. Yeah, the
No,
new house. All right, let me see
really,
if I can
no one's going
capture
to
the
call
box
them
noise.
that, are they? Are they?
No,
Are they?
no, everybody's just calling them Equidon.
Okay, right.
All right, here's the opening box noise. Don't know how good that was. Okay.
That was really good. That was a good box noise.
Ed, you summoned it.
Oh,
We got Equidon.
oh, that's exciting.
Oh, Ed, Sweaty Zach is already happy.
Okay, so you've got your favorite angry negative play experiences house. You've got
I will call NPE
uh,
as my house this turn.
you've got some German thrash metal, and you've got some some merchants. Great.
Yes,
What
this
could
is
possibly go wrong?
unfathomable. Brobnar and Equidon. This early reports are saying this is the competitive house combination
Really?
for the set. Yes, this is the combination I went 4-1 on Tabletop Royale with. Was this combination?
Oh,
And
interesting.
we have a token. We have it's a warrior, and she's on top of a little cliff with a giant flaming axe. And I believe that token is actually called warrior. So let's pop this open so we can start showing it to Ed and discovering it
Oh yeah.
ourselves. I'm so excited. Okay, pulling the token out so Ed can see the token. This is a fun one. This is a fun one. This is a 4-power token creature. It's a giant, and its text is Warrior cannot reap unless there are no enemy creatures in
Mm.
play. So that is Warrior's cost for being 4 power, which is a pretty big token. Pretty
Okay.
big token.
That is a strong token, but also I imagine with Unfathomable in the set and a lot of fighty creatures, you might just get in that position.
Yes. Yes, that's the idea. So we'll see how much synergy Warrior has with the rest of this deck here, but it is my first Warrior token in any deck I've opened, and only my second Brobnar. My second Brobnar token, so I'm excited to see this one. Sydney Steele took this to the Archon Sealed Finals at Keyforge Celebration,
Wow.
which was cool. A
Wow.
deck with Warrior.
with the reference card on the back as well. Another incredibly sensible choice.
That's right.
Can I just say, like, I am so humbled to have this game back again. I'm so grateful to have this game
Oh,
back again.
me
That
too.
yeah, a group of people went out of their way in the most out of their way possible to buy it and to resuscitate a game that was wounded. I think as Christian has said in the past,
Mm,
it's just amazing. It's amazing,
yes.
and the health of it now. Just look at it now.
Yes. Christian likened buying Keyforge to catching a falling knife. And if you've ever worked in a kitchen or been around a serious kitchen at home, do you know the conventional wisdom around falling knives, Ed?
Um, don't catch them
Yep.
and step away.
Yes, do not catch a falling knife.
Mm. But he seems to have
Yes.
done it, and I think
Yes.
maybe he put a glove on first. But he's caught it, and now it's just all about sharpening it,
That's
right?
right.
So
That's right.
yeah.
Catching it and then you realize you're holding Excalibur.
Do you know what? I think
So
Brobnar would approve of this analogy.
I think so.
Mm.
Ed, there is one thing about this deck we haven't told our lovely listeners yet.
Oh, the name.
I just realized that. This is Sophomatch, the spawn, or excuse me, not the Sophomatch spawn of Intertrunk.
Mm. So it
Uh,
doesn't roll off the tongue, does it,
Spawn?
Zach?
No, many don't. Sophomatch spawn of Intertrunk. This I actually enjoy blank spawn of blank names because somebody talked about a method of collecting Keyforge decks by name, where you try to make the longest family line possible. So we have Sophomatch spawn of Intertrunk, and then we go look for Intertrunk spawn of blank, and then keep following the line back up if at all possible.
You could do a
So
loop though, and then you could have
that's
something
true.
spawn of Sophomatch, and then you've got the circle of Keyforge cards.
That would be
Do, do,
cool.
do,
That
do,
would be cool.
do.
All right. Looking like Equidon is going to be our first, starting with the rares here. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
excited that we have two houses Ed did not hear about on the last episode. So this is
I'm
so exciting.
excited.
This is so exciting. All right. All right.
It's
Starting with an
Brobnar.
uncommon Brobnar. Okay. This is Feats of Strength. It's an action card at uncommon. It has a natural amber pip and an enhanced draw pip. Love where that's going.
Mm.
It says play for the remainder of the turn. Each time an enemy creature is destroyed in a fight, make a token creature.
Oh. Oh.
That's pretty cool. Uh,
Mm.
so the card name right is Feats of Strength. The flavor text says also Arms of Strength and Hands of Strength. Pretty great.
Oh, word related
uh,
puns and bad
amazing.
humor. Two of my favorite things.
So good. So
Oh.
good. So no rares, but that's fine. Ooh.
Oh, here be the hooge.
Yes, a Call of the Archons reprint, 6 power play, deal 2 damage to each other undamaged creature. So our token obviously will survive that, so that's great. Love that for clearing a whole bunch of annoying nerds who are, just going to have cool passive abilities or whatever.
Mm,
So,
no,
love it.
it's all about stomp.
Stomp. Yep, indeed. Card number 3, Overrun. Amber Pip, this is a reprint from Worlds Collide. So, yeah, don't hate it too much just because it's a World Collide Brobnar card. If 3 or more enemy creatures have been destroyed this turn, your opponent loses 2. We have a big, beefy Brobnar token. We have Hebe the Huge. So we're only 3 cards and 1 reference card into this deck, but already this overrun might actually fire because it says if 3 or more enemy creatures have been destroyed this turn, your opponent loses 2. So we would love that.
I feel like that could be the name for a combo, the Overrun combo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think so. All right, card number 4 in Brobnar. Still in the uncommons, another old reprint.
Oh, but with
Yes, do you
a
recognize this one?
yeah, with
Yeah.
an enhancement on it.
Yeah. So Unguarded Camp, it's an action play for each creature you control in excess of your opponent. A friendly creature captures 1. Each creature cannot capture more than 1 amber this way. It has an amber pip naturally and then a damage pip, which is cool.
Oh, it's nice to have Brobnar back. They're like
Yep.
a warm, cozy jumper.
Indeed. Indeed. So we have feats of strength. Feats of strength is a great combo with unguarded camp already, because if we have a warrior sacrifice itself and kill an enemy creature, we make another token creature and we get to capture an amber with an unguarded camp onto it. So far, lots of good synergy here. So far, lots of good synergy here. I love. I mean, I know you haven't seen much of it yet, but Winds of Exchange Brobnar is just so fun to play.
I hear the
It's just so fun.
band makes an appearance.
Yes, Breakin. Breakin.
Mm.
No Breakin in this deck so far. So we didn't get the rare that pulls
Okay.
all of them. But
Despite teasing us in Worlds Collide with the box art.
right. Yeah, indeed. Funnily enough. Okay, card number 5 from Brobnar here. Vow of Blood. There
Ooh.
is a Brobnar warrior sitting next to a wounded or deceased Brobnar warrior. They're very angry and they're holding a big amber powered sword. So this is enhanced with 2 damage pips.
Ooh.
Play, deal 2 damage to each damaged enemy creature. There's an amber pip. We have this with Hebe the Huge. That's
Great.
excellent. Hebe the
Great.
Huge will go ahead and damage everybody else. I love that.
Great. And is that the first amber powered sword we've seen in the Keyforge world?
I'd be surprised if it was, but I couldn't tell you if we'd seen another one yet.
Because it's like the lightsaber of the Keyforge universe. That's
It
kind of
really is.
cool, but it's got its own vibe. I like that.
I know that Ghost Galaxy in designing these, they're all like old school nerds who are like masters of the industry. So like they might stay away from like swords and shields and katanas as like upgrade weapons. But man, do I want some swords and shields and katanas and other weapons like as upgrades. Like just give
Mm.
somebody a sword. Like how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just the middle school nerd in me.
The sword from
So
Vow of Blood. Yeah.
yes, I want the sword from Vow of Blood. I want to put it above my mantle. Brubnar card 6, another Vow of Blood
Oh, with a card draw.
with a card draw. Fantastic. So if we get any more, it is nice that they're synergizing with themselves since they give enhancements, and we've got one in unguarded camp here already. So we'll see where the rest of it lands. Definitely works with Hebe. Oh yes. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
much Valve Blood.
Mm.
So much Valve Blood synergy here. This is Fire Spitter. Oh, the flavor text, of course. Guess how he got that name. This one's been enhanced with a capture icon and a damage pip. A Fire Spitter, of course, the 5 power 1 armor creature giant with before fight deal 1 damage to each enemy creature. So lots of board wipe synergy here, and then uh, overrun and unguarded camp to for some payoff.
It's interesting to see how many returning creatures there are in Brobnar
Mm.
and in Mars. I wonder if that's a purposeful thing, just to kind of ground the returning houses.
Yeah, I really enjoy the selections they made of reprints that
Mm,
synergize well with the new cards and the token mechanic. Like
totally.
Fire Spitter, obviously such a good pick because I mean it could just wipe a board of puny tokens, and it's still a good card outside of that.
And in Keyforge, you've got that ability to breathe new life into existing cards in a way
Mm,
that you just
yes,
don't really have in different games. Particularly with Alliance being kept to one set now. You can't
right.
necessarily break out of it. So they all feel very different wherever
Yeah.
they are.
And Ed, I will say this is the third Fire Spitter I've pulled in all of my Winds of Exchange decks. I have yet to
Mm.
pull an unenhanced Fire Spitter.
Oh, oh
All of my
wow.
Fire Spitters have enhancements,
That's a weird thing,
which is
but
cool.
that's cool. That's very
Yeah,
cool.
I love seeing old cards with enhancements.
Me too.
All right, that was card number 7. Card number 8. Might Club.
What were you saying about sort of you want accoutrements, Brobnar
Yes.
accoutrements with that make you happy at a very sort of wow, but that is a
Yep.
mighty club. It's
Yes, Might Club.
terrifying.
It has action, ready, and enrage a creature. And of course, some pop culture reference in the flavor text. The first rule of the Might Club is the one who holds the Might Club makes the rules.
I can see that. I think that's
Yep.
sensible.
Yep. Funnily enough, we've only seen 2 Brobnar creatures so far.
Worrying.
Might Club is handy, and we do have the token, of course. But
Yeah, we've got some token generation, but not too much.
yeah. All right. Next is Pelf.
Oh, what's
He's a
that?
goblin. He's a little goblin. He's swinging a hammer into something real hard. He's doing good work. Pelf is a 3-power goblin with skirmish, so no damage on return when he fights, and he has after fight your opponent loses 1. So some repeatable amber control, which is
Great.
great.
And
Yeah.
another body in Brobnar.
Yes, another body in Brobnar for the Might Club. A good fight effect. It is going to combo well with repeated pelfing with Might Club, and let's see, Overrun could definitely lose somebody a lot of amber all in one turn here. So that is card 9. 2 more Brobnar cards. Press Gang. With a damage pip, it says make a token creature. If an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, archive Press Gang.
Nice.
You know what my favorite play is going to be with this particular Press Gang enhanced with a damage pip, Ed?
Go on.
is destroying an enemy creature for the first time in the turn with the damage pip, so then I get to archive the Press Gang.
Oh,
That's going to be
that's a
fun.
great shout. That's a
Yeah,
great shout.
that's
Particularly
going
with
to be
token
fun.
creatures, that might actually come up quite a lot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right with Interset. So that's a good enhancement on the Press Gang,
Yeah.
I think. Could set it up maybe with one of the other cards. And then I believe, yes, last Brobnar card, Shock Herder.
Ooh, that's new.
Yes, it's riding some sort of beast. It's a goblin with a shock prod hurting some other sort of beasts. 3-power goblin, deploy, play, ready, and fight with a neighboring creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So some classic Brobnar. So it's a Ganger Chieftain with deploy, and it's given up 2 power for that deploy keyword there.
But
So
that's fantastic because that's that's
yeah,
what you want that for. You want a body in this deck, and you want the flexibility with a gang of chieftain sometimes that you don't have.
yeah.
Yeah, great.
For sure, for sure. So far, this Brobnar looking good at clearing the way for those warriors to be able to reap by having no enemy creatures in play. And on top of that, we've got 5 Amber Pips in here with 2 draws, a capture, and 2 damage with
Solid.
a Might Club, Shock Herder, and 4 creatures. So total. Yeah. So far, so good.
Okay.
That would this would carry anybody to victory in a big tournament for sealed. That's a very good Brobnar there.
Okay.
So all right, I'm hoping we get Equidon next for you, Ed.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, another
No.
shock herder. Did I miscount? 2 shock herders. Hold on, 1, 2. Let me make sure. Okay, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, as suspected, I just can't count, and I have 2 shock herders. So
I'm sorry to hear that, Zach.
5 Brobnar creatures. 2 of them are shock herders, which is awesome. Which is
Great.
awesome. That's fantastic.
Love a good double.
All right. Hopefully, no more surprises here. Ah, yes, we're into Equidon.
Oh.
Oh, this is one of the most Equidon cards in Equidon, Ed.
Okay.
This, yes.
Insurance policy.
Yes, it has play,
Mm.
lose 1. It's an upgrade. And it says this creature gains destroyed. If it is not your turn, gain 4 amber.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a conditional gain 3 where if the creature blows up, if your opponent blows the creature up, you get 4 amber.
That is fantastic card. You just put it
Yep.
on your danger
Mm-hmm.
creature, and yeah, or a pit lord.
Right. Yep. Yep. A great
Mm,
card, a very cool one, and yeah, you just put it on your threat so that you get paid. You get paid for them dealing with your threat,
it's amazing.
which is awesome.
I
Yeah.
can't work out the art, Zach, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, so the art is a Gratruchia, which is the kind of insect and humanoid person with these kind of big, kind of canopy shells that wrap around their head, and they are holding a large butterfly wing umbrella.
A good
So,
trucoid.
yeah, Getruchia,
Gatrukia.
yeah, is the main species
Mmm.
in Equidon.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, insurance policy, great way to start here. Super thematic rare for Equidon. So a great first one for
Okay.
you.
Oh
Market crash.
no. Oh. Which it's all a little bit, this is the stuff you see in the day. You kind of want to come away from this when you play Keyforge. But at
You're
least
not
it puts
wrong.
a positive spin on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so action card, right? And it is taking a literal interpretation of market crash. There is a sled market of some kind crashing into a storefront. And I love this flavor text. It says, "My widgets." Which for people my age and older, so Ed, I don't know if you ran into this in like when you were at uni. Widgets used to be the default word, and honestly, given the average age of a Keyforge player, you probably know this. But widgets used to be the default word for
Yeah.
economics if you just needed a nonsense thing. A widget wasn't anything specific. A widget actually meant, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm talking about the concept of a thing somebody might sell, right?
And it was the
Um,
name for like add-ons on websites and things. If you were building a website, you'd have widgets. It might be like put like Facebook or Twitter on your website or something. They'd be
mm-hmm.
widgets. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So fun card. So this one says destroy each non-token creature, gain 2 chains. So this is a board wipe.
Mm.
It's gonna,
Mm.
which is amazing cross set with my warriors in here, who can't reap if there's unless there are no enemy creatures in play.
Just to make a really, really bad financial joke here, I think it's ironic that it's the token creatures that stay because it's normally those kind of innovative token style investments that are the first to go to
The
zero when the
first to
market
suffer, right?
crashes. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's funny. So that's an uncommon for Equidon here.
yeah.
That's another board wipe for us. All right, here's where some of our enhancements have been coming from. This is
Mm.
Steward Sue Uzain. She is a human artisan, 2 power, and all she does is give enhancements of 2 amber and a draw.
Wow. The look
Yeah.
of these is quite similar to Brobnar.
Oh, some of the, yeah, it's definitely some warmer colors.
Yeah, I
Definitely
like
some
that.
warmer colors in the palette. Um, Brown and kind of a dark, very dark, kind of brick hued red. And
Mm.
Brobnar, really the yellowish Brobnar background of the text box is the biggest distinguisher there.
Mm. It's
Yeah,
welcome though. It's welcome.
yeah,
Nice warm colors.
yeah. So enhancements, always love seeing those, and I don't believe we haven't seen the amber bonus like enhanced pips yet. So we'll get to see where those end up. All right, Equidon card number 4 for Sophomatch Spawn of Intertrunk, the Visible Hand.
someone did economics, and they
Yes.
are absolutely loving all of these puns.
So the flavor
Adam
text on
Smith would
the
be
Visible
proud.
Hand is because customers kept bumping into the invisible model. This is play make 2 token creatures, reveal your hand to your opponent.
Oh man.
So,
Reveal your hat. Oh my goodness. It's like layers on layers of the joke.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
So yeah, so many layers here in Visible Hand, and I've had great success with this. Half the time I'm playing it in one of my other decks, I only have 1 or 2 cards left in hand, anyways. So it's a great cost for making 2 token creatures.
It's
It really is.
fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Card number 5 in Equidon. Trading Frenzy. Trading Frenzy comes with an Amber Pip. It says it's an action card. A friendly creature and an enemy creature capture 3 from their opponent.
Mm.
So some Amber control, great to play when you're lower on Amber. Of course, you're getting that Pip anyways. That's going to get captured, but yeah, yeah. And if you have creatures that might want to do something with the Amber, you can control where it goes. So ends up being a good trade.
Oh yeah, and I love the art. I love the
Mm-hmm.
art. That's fantastic.
Yep, that's an old Gatrukia sitting in the middle of a very busy marketplace, and the flavor text is: "When all shell breaks loose, it pays to keep your head and drink your tea."
Oh, oh.
Very good.
I mean, that's
Move.
almost like a British saying, right?
It
When
really does sound British to my American ears.
the less cheesy version of "keep calm and carry on."
Right.
Um,
For sure. For sure. That is card number 5. Equidon card number
hmm
6. Halfway through. I'm not even gonna be. I'm okay. I'll try to pronounce this. Shizyoku Swapper. So
Whoa.
Swapper, really.
Do you know what? I'm impressed with that pronunciation. I was really struggling.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to look up these kind of these character accents I'm unfamiliar with. I'm gonna need to look up these character accents I'm unfamiliar with. I'm sure they have some direction for me on how to say those vowels there. But this is a creature. It's got a damage pip on it, which is fantastic. It's 1 power, 5 armor. After
mm.
fight, swap control of this creature and the creature it fights. Both creatures must survive the fight. Uh,
What's the art?
the art in the foreground is a dinosaur being swapped control of, I assume, in the battle line, and in the far further away is a stealthy, swift-looking Gotrukia, who apparently has this power to swap positions with an enemy creature.
Okay.
Yeah. And fantastic with Trading Frenzy, which you can just capture onto Swapper and then swap it with something that
Whoa.
doesn't have Amber on it.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, very cool, very cool. That is card number 6. Card number 7, Belligerent Guard. This is an 8-power giant. It says Belligerent Guard enters play ready. Play. Your opponent draws a card. So that's some another variation on the Equidon,
Yeah.
trade there. Your opponent drawing a card for this coming in ready. So pretty cool.
And 8 power gives some bulk as well to round out our Brobnars.
Yes. Oh, for sure. I don't know if we have any giant synergy, but it is cool that this is also a giant. So, yep, a good workhorse common there.
Mm-hmm.
Not unhappy to see that. Aha! Oh no. Oh, the
What?
enhancement did not land well here,
Oh
sadly.
no.
Yes, so this is closed door negotiation, which has a natural amber pip, and then this one is enhanced with an amber pip.
Love the art. So creative.
It
So
is.
creative. They've come up with another new race that doesn't look like something that's straight off TV.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, it's the two Gertrukia contemplatively discussing a few things in a bowl here. And some of you will be familiar with this. This says play, your opponent draws a card. Steal 1 amber. If you do and your opponent still has more amber than you, trigger this effect again. So it's bait and
Mmm.
switch. It's original bait and switch, except you're giving your opponent a card for every amber stolen.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, so this will always trigger once, which is great. So when I play this, it'll be I gain 3 total, stealing 1 from them. But it will slow itself down, stealing by 1 with that enhancement.
3 is still strong.
Yeah, it's still a very good card. Still a very good card. That was Equidon number 8. Equidon number 9. More
Yeah.
economics. More
Mass
economics.
buyout.
Mass buyout.
Mmm.
Play. Destroy each creature. Each player gains amber equal to half the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way, rounding up.
Ooh. Yeah. I guess then you want this straight after another board wipe.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great value because you're only giving half an amber per creature, so it's usually not too bad to hand over to the opponent that much. So it's good value for a board wipe, especially with no chains. All right, Equidon card number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Another mass buyout.
Oh,
There will be no creatures on the
no,
board
none.
often.
Which do you know what though? You haven't got that many creatures in Brobnar for a Brobnar lineup, so
hmm
maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, these mass buyouts might just be hitting smaller numbers of creatures.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Ornate Talking Tray, an artifact with an
Mm.
amber pip. It has Omni, destroy Ornate Talking Tray, make a token creature, which
Mm.
is nice. Sometimes this comes with something to recur it to hand. I'm not sure if
Okay.
this deck will.
Oh,
Yeah.
this gives you at least control over when you do it, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the amber pip on it is good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, indeed. So that is Equidon card number 11. So last Equidon card here in our commons.
Mm.
Shrewd Investor. Play.
Yes.
You may have your opponent gain 1 amber. If you do, capture 4. So that is a 4-power elusive creature. A Grachukia in front of a whole lot of holographic screens with a big smile on their face.
Gosh, that's a high capture. The number of capture seems to have gone from 3 to 4 for
Mm.
I feel like 4 is a large number. But
4 is a large number. This one, of course, is like capturing 3 of the original amber, introducing another amber into it
yeah.
um, on demand here. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's just 4 creatures in this Equidon. So pretty low with 3 3 board wipes, a number of capture and some token insurance policy and quite a bit of tokenizing as well.
Mm.
So
I love the theme and flavor of Equidon. I think I'm going to need to play it almost to understand what they do
mm,
and
yeah,
how it works within the context of other houses here. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, their general theme is exchanges, and because you're the active player, you can usually tend to make those exchanges uneven. So,
Yeah,
very crafty, very crafty. So that is Aquadon.
which itself is part of the joke.
Yes, for sure. Back into Aquadon, we're still on the, or still back into Unfathomable. Still on the hunt for that one last Amber Enhancement pip. Starting with our rares. Oh
Oh
yeah, I'm not too happy about this.
no.
The T-Wiki Kraken. Yeah, I've never been able to play this dang creature.
Mm.
12 power, 12 power beast. It says play exhaust 2 friendly unfathomable creatures if you do not destroy T-Wiki Kraken. After fight, after reap, deal 2 damage to a creature with 2 splash. So
Oh.
who knows? Maybe this is the deck that'll actually get to play it. But
I don't have a deck with this one in, but it does definitely feel like an Ed card, something that is
yes,
very, very specific, requiring specific things that maybe doesn't do much, but the act of
right.
actually getting it out on the field feels unstoppable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like the effect is fine, 12 power with the after reap after fight, but yeah, it's just very hard to actually have 2 unfathomable creatures ready and then say, it's worth it to play the Kraken.
What about
So
against the Keyraken?
that might be worth it. That would actually almost certainly be worth it for some Kraken on Kraken strategy there.
Yeah, I think that would be absolutely cracking.
Next card. Hopefully it's not a double. All right.
Oh, we've seen this
Yes.
before.
We have Fisaloha. Damaged creatures do not ready during the ready card step. The 4 power 1 armor Aquan with enhanced 2 damage pips.
I can see it
So,
so much better now. I do not know what art description I gave earlier, but it was wrong, but also
uh,
kind of not wrong. It's actually
uh,
slightly more terrifying when there's more light on it.
mm-hmm. Ancient Egyptian unfathomable octopus, or Lovecraftian octopus was the
Mm.
general description last
Yeah.
time. So lots of damage pips here. We've got Ahibi the Huge, so depending on what we're doing with our board, it'll definitely shut everything down. But so yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that ends up being a good combo. Unfathomable card number 3, an enhanced Thundertoe. So this has the other Amber Pip, so it's got 2 on it total. It says play exhaust 2 creatures, deal 2 to each exhausted creature. So a Dark Tidings reprint.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my mind, I always think, okay, Thundertoe, treat it like it has alpha, because if I play a creature, then I have to damage my own creature. So
Damage is the name of the set, really, isn't it?
it really is.
Mm. 2
It
amber
really
is worth it to do a bit of self-inflicted damage, though,
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed.
depending on your board setup.
Unfathomable number 4.
Mm.
We have Bubbles.
Oh.
The return of Sir Bubbles with a damage pip, which is pretty good on a Bubbles, and has play, of course, put an enemy creature on top of its owner's deck, 5 power Aquan.
Yeah. And that sweet damage pip as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. So Bubbles, some great bounce there. That's some fun control. Number 5, another Bubbles.
Ooh,
Fantastic.
love doubles.
We are going to be slowing down those creatures for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then adult
I love
adult
this.
swim. Put each creature with power 3 or lower on top of its owner's deck in a random order. What's great about that is that our only 3 power, our token is 4 power. We have double Shockherder and Pelf, which would love to be archived together. My goodness. And then it's just Swapper and the Steward
Yeah.
in Equidon. So there may be things where I actually kill off the Steward so that I'm just archiving those Brabnar creatures. Or not archiving, but putting on top of decks. All right, that is halfway through Unfathomable. Next we have,
Ooh,
Covetous Hema.
that's slightly terrifying art.
It is pretty terrifying art, that's for sure.
Yeah. An eel.
An eel with an awful lot of straps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And very buff. 3 power Aquan, while Covetous Hema is not on a flank, it gains elusive. Play capture 3. So there's that standard capture amount.
Well, there's not going to be many creatures in this game on the board for very long, as you quite rightly point out. So I'm not
Yes,
sure how
very much not.
how that's gonna pan out.
Mm-hmm. Then we have, Initiation. Make a token creature. If you have fewer than 4 cards in your hand, archive Initiation.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
Unfathomable looking at its own hand there. Yeah, so this is the archive recurring token creature making.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for Unfathomable.
So you want Unfathomable almost with this card to be your burst house.
Yes, I need to be playing at least 3 cards out of hand for this to even think about triggering or archiving at the very least. It'll always make a token creature on play.
I'd love to see
So.
the stats on how often realistically that's going to happen and whether it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
It still gets you a token creature on play if, like, you have to just play it with 1 or 2 cards in the early game. But yeah, we'll see how often that fires. Another Initiation.
2.
This one has a damage pip on it.
Yeah, I
which is
wonder.
cool.
I'm not sure how good this is in doubles, purely because it's so specific, right? And actually having
Right.
2 means that you're less likely to get the effect of one of them.
Yeah, I think that's right. Less likely to get both, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays. I've not had any decks with that quite yet. All right, and Unfathomable card number 10. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh,
a third
Zach.
Initiation.
Oh, I think we got ourselves a reversal here.
We'll see. The token is 4 power and loves to fight, so
yeah.
we'll see.
Just as long as it's not like a Keyforge initiation for new players, because I think that wouldn't be a good experience having that Unfathomable pod.
Yep. So that's 3 initiations. Our second to last card is Kamalani, 4 power Aquan creature, destroyed, make 2 token creatures.
Mm.
That I enjoy that quite a bit. That's we definitely have a lot of ways to get warriors out onto the board here.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Trade 1 4 for 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then last but not least,
Nope.
Kelpmender. That's where that other draws came
Oh.
from. So 5 power Aquan with enhanced capture and draw. And it is enhanced with one of its own draw pips, which is fantastic.
Mm.
This art is a direct reference to American Gothic. So there's 2 Aquans standing next to each other with a pitchfork, imitating American Gothic. The painting of a farmer and his sister standing in front of their farmhouse. So
I know the one. I know the one.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a fantastic piece of art, actually.
yeah.
Really is.
I'm not sure why that ended up on Kelp Minder. I guess maybe they're minding the kelp, and so that's why they got the art in that direction. It's a funny choice. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
So,
But
Zach, are you excited to play the something spawn of something?
Sophomatch, spawn of Intertrunk. Yes, I'm really excited by the Brobnar. The Equidon is interesting. Just a few of the like bouncing and exhausting tools that we like to see. Initiation is fine, I guess. It gives a token creature. I'm really interested to see this deck's relationship with its token. How much is it going to be using that token? How much does it want to make that token? How often can we keep the board clear to actually reap out with a big board of warriors? So um, a lot a lot of Winds of Exchange decks do love to fight for the board. So it'll be very interesting to see what kind of matchups this has. Does it have an advantage if the board is just staying empty? Does it really like to fight a bit more and to bounce things? Will there ever be creatures on the other side of the board? There might not be. So depending on how this deck draws. So excited to try it though. Very excited to try it. I think the number of token generators we have, just counting the cards, because Kamalani makes 2. We have, or I could count on like one cycle how many tokens are made. So that is 5. That is 5 just in Unfathomable 6. 7, 8. That is 8 already before we even get to the Brobnar. 9, and then 10 with feats of strength. It looks like. So we have a Brobnar token, and most of our token making is not in Brobnar. So, which is pretty interesting. I think good for the
Interesting.
deck, actually.
Yeah, because you're essentially putting out creatures when it's not the turn that you're going to be using them.
Yeah, that's right. We'll mostly be making those token creatures in Unfathomable and Equidon, and then going over into Brobnar to
Fantastic.
use them, hopefully. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that is Sophomatch, spawn of Intertrunk. Brobnar, Equidon, and Unfathomable.
I am so excited to get some of these Winds of Exchange decks into my hands. It'll be soon enough.
Yes, soon enough. Hopefully, we'll have those timelines from Ghost Galaxy soon on that fulfillment, and
They're
that'll
doing
be
an
great for
amazing
everybody to
job.
have them.
There seems to be
Yeah,
news every week. I don't know how they're doing it, so
yeah,
I will be patient to get some Keyforge into my hands. I don't think it's about speed. I think it's about sort of building for that long term. So
yeah,
very,
for sure,
very exciting.
for sure. Well, dear listener, thank you so much for joining us for the second fresh deck discovery. Our first one where both Ed and I are on the mics and kind of open a new sealed deck together. It was an awful lot of fun. We thank you so much for joining. Remember to make sure you're subscribed on your app of choice so you get any new episodes as they come. And if you're feeling so inclined, leave us a review. Those help people when they're looking for podcasts see what is really worth their time. And so we're very thankful for the reviews we've gotten so far. We are active on Twitter at Call of Discovery. You can always email us at podcast@calldiscovery.com. And of course, we have our Patreon. We have a Discord, and we also post updates to the Patreon posts as well. In case you're not on Discord, the Discord is just for patrons, and we talk about our future guests on there and get questions from our patrons. And so you have advance notice and get to get questions in for those people, which is an awful lot of fun. So we appreciate all the support in the community we have there. And of course, remember there's that new player guide on Archon Arcana. Whether you are new or you've got new players around you, remember to grab that link. We've got it in the description and use that to get people on board and diving into the wonderful world of Keyforge. But most importantly, dear listener, if you know somebody who would enjoy Call of Discovery, please help them to discover it. Have you answered the Call of Discovery?